stronger together, no matter where we are.
It's a great place to live in. It's the best care home I've ever lived in my whole life.
That's what we are, stronger together, no matter what the weather.
I like Stanley Grange because it's nice, it's beautiful, there's nice staff, the staff are lovely.
History, we're staying home, stay safe, we're making history.
She's thrived since she's been here. She just loves it. It gives her a chance to live, I don't like the word normal, but a normal life in a very safe and secure environment.
Come on.
I remember the very first time I came here, it's 20 years ago, when I was looking for a home for my son Andrew, and I just came round and everybody was so welcoming. And then I brought Andrew to have a look round, and he's very shy and doesn't find new things at all easy. And he just walked round Stanley Grange as though he owned the place and did high fives with all the residents, and I thought, yes, this is the place for him.
History, we're making history, we're staying home, stay safe, we're making history, we're making history, we're making history, by staying home tonight.
So when I first came through the doors of Stanley Grange, I was met by Nigel, somebody who lives over across the way in one of the houses, and John, and just instantly likeable, saying hello and what's my name and who are you, and they're just like big smiles on their face, and it's just like, little did I know that these two people who I'm first meeting would sort of like carry me through such quite a difficult time at Stanley Grange.
Making history, making history, by staying home, stay safe.
When the lockdown first came to Stanley Grange, I remember I was only here 3 weeks, and my first response was, what can I do to make a difference in these people's lives? At first we was like, I was playing through the windows, and then so I'd be outside, and it was really hard for the people of Stanley Grange, because suddenly the whole world is just been turned around with the start of the pandemic. People that they'd seen was, people at Stanley Grange was very active and had a very happy life here, doing like different activities outside and inside, and everything just seemed to stop. So my role was, how do I keep this going? How do I keep everything going here at Stanley Grange?
Lockdown was really hard for everybody, wasn't it? But if you've got learning disabilities, it was a really isolating and confusing time. For the residents, they weren't allowed to mix together. And poor Kevin, as the new activities coordinator funded by the National Lottery, was in a position where he was like, well, what do I do? How can I get people together? The community hall was banned, and that's the space that people usually would get together, socialise. It's the hub, so that was out of bounds, and so for many, they were unable to mix together. They were unable to see the families. It was a really confusing and difficult time.
So my role was to do one day at a time and do the best that day I possibly could for each person I seen. So we would just have great music sessions, great arts and craft sessions, great, keep fit sessions, and get as much going on as we could. And that was the only way I could do it, because my only thing I could possibly do was to make the person who was in front of me and the people in front of me happy and have joy, and that was my main goal of the day. And if I got a little smile, that was everything for me. I've got some great news to tell you, that this week on Friday we've got Fun Time Fridays coming. Fun Time Friday was born from first of all, Stanley Grange, because this is the home of Funtime Fridays. Funtime Fridays was set up to use. I'd noticed that there was a few live clips, people doing things on the live session. I wanted to do something where the whole of Future Direction, Stanley Grange, and everybody, not just Future Direction, but everybody outside, my friends who are uncontactable, but through Facebook, because I'm using social media, something that I could put on for half an hour or an hour, where it's just pure joy. There's no negative. People can send requests in, we can sing the songs. If you want a song, we could sing the song for you. If I couldn't sing the song, I'd play the song for you. We'd be dancing and fun, jokes, dad dancing, and everything. And so, but it was born from the pandemic. That's what it's from being in lockdown, so I could get to everybody's house.
155349. So what we're going to do, lads, tune in tomorrow for
Funtime Friday.
yeah.
Everybody's happy, people have fun, and one thing me and Kevin do, as he told you, we do Funtime Fridays, and I do the countdown, which is 3, 2, 1. We're stronger together. We have the power. We have magic.
Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on.
I think in lockdown, you have to dig deep. You had to dig deep, didn't you? And you had to find the skills and the resilience to get through. And we were able to draw on the skills of Kevin as a singer-songwriter and with his experience of working with people with learning disabilities, but also staff came out with skills that were hidden, unknown talents, and so that's how the choir was born, especially with Lorraine as the manager here helping to bring that together, and with the digital connection that we had, the iPads that we were able to locate and give to people with the skills. Slowly we were able to build that connection, and the choir was born, and then the song was born.
The song Stronger Together is the words. We are all stronger together, and I wanted to write something to reflect the times of the pandemic, what we will look back and see we're living in historic times and we're moving out of them now, but it would be to look back and say we were stronger together. We got through this together by us all joining and staying in and doing different things that we did, and that's a reflection in the song.
Stay safe. We're making history. We're making history. We're making history. We're staying home, stay safe. We're making history.
So the care sector's talent come by because I was sent an email and from Paula, the CEO of Future Direction, said, "What do you think of this?" And I sent it back saying, "What a great idea! We could put the song in for this." The care sector's got talent, and it's an award that's given. They wanted something that could reflect the times of the pandemic and something positive, like a message. And so I just sent the song in, thinking, we'll do what we do. First of all, I sent the video in, and they sent it back and said, "Could you do it live? Are you able to do this song live?" I was thinking, well, the song was quite polished, because it's a video. Videos are polished. So I went, yeah.
Stay safe. We're making history. We're making history.
So the judges were remote, obviously, and what happened was it was a bit like the Eurovision Song Contest. So we had different care organisations all competing via Zoom. So it was a big day in the community hall when they took part in that competition. So everybody was gathered round the huge screen, and they performed their song, and then they had to wait for everybody else to perform. And the cheer that went up when they announced Stanley Grange were the winners. I mean, it was a no-brainer, really. When we entered, you knew it was a good story. And when they won, it was like, well, yeah.
Suddenly, we're in Care Sector's Got Talent, we're suddenly at the NEC, and then we're performing in front of 600-700 people.
Future Directions Community Choir.
We went to the main stage of the NEC and we performed it there in front of everybody, and everybody was clapping, and it's a lovely feeling for the people of, you know, who of the choir who had gone there, and it made them really feel really special. And I said, would you please come tonight? We've got the awards, ceremony awards, over in the other part of the NEC. Would you please come and perform for us there?
I was that nervous. I thought if it goes wrong now, I'll be upset. I just did it.
You did it.
And Kevin stood back in amazement. Hilary was stood right behind me and she was going, go on, Max, go on, Max, go on, Max. And thank God, I did it. The audience stood up and went, like that. They wanted more.
Yeah, I went to Birmingham. It was out of this world. We sang, we're making history, we're making history, we're making history tonight. Oh, I was so proud, I was.
We got a standing ovation from everyone, and it was just a constant clap and cheering and whistling until the last person left the stage, and it was absolutely amazing. I thought, what a great way to finish this year.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I wish upon a star, away up the chimney tops behind me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the land that I heard of really did come true.
Woo! Let's hear it, Stanley Grange for Nick.
Activities are a really important part of life here, for the people that live here and also the staff. But what's important is engaging with the community and giving people the opportunity to meet people who don't have learning disabilities, and for people who live in the community to be able to rub alongside people who live at Stanley Grange.
Outside they put a tray out and people could see the price of them coming by them. You know, people from outside.
People from like the village.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you see people buying the things you've grown?
It's good, yeah. Yeah.
Through lockdown, we lost that connection with our local community. The garden centre that we're here now was always the hub of the local area. People buy their plants here. Part of their gardens have got bits of Stanley Grange in them. That's how it always was. But in the last 2 years or so, we've really lost that community connection. And what we're going to be able to do with this funding is rebuild that. So we've had a year of innovating with music. The next stage is to bring the plant centre and the allotments behind us back to the level that they were at, and that's a fantastic way of us reconnecting with the community, bringing back the volunteers now that the restrictions are being lifted, and to start to do other things. There's a whole big world out there that we're looking forward to reconnecting with. And Lancashire's a great place for great days out, and we have a minibus, and now that restrictions are lifted we're able to get back out, and now we've got this activities budget from the National Lottery. We can really harness that and go forward in the next exciting phase of the story. The Goes are a group of older people who love to perform, and this is the first time that the residents will be involved in an interactive show with Mandy and the Goes at Horton Village Hall, which is just round the corner. And from there on in, they start to meet weekly, and they'll be having rehearsals to put together their own combined gala concert, which takes place at a local theatre. NEC, there's no stopping them.
I travel together, no matter where we are. If you're on your own tonight, or working near or far, one happy family, that's what we are. Stronger together, no matter what the weather. Stay safe, we're making history. We're making history. We're making history. We're staying home, stay safe. We're making history. We're making history.